Hello, subscribers. This is yours truly, JBlue68, coming to you with my next comic book haul video. Today being Wednesday, August 21st. Before I get into this video, I want to say thank you to my subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to my channel, for liking, sharing, and commenting. Please continue to do so and tap the notification bell so you can get more videos like this as I post them immediately. I just did a comic book haul this past weekend. This is a continuation, kind of, sort of that comic book haul, except in this haul, we'll be doing independent comics. We're stepping away from the big two, which of course are Marvel and DC. We'll be featuring, like I said, independent comics. And we're going to start off with the Spawn universe, which is of course the universe created by the man himself, Todd McFarlane. And I hope you checked out my recent video that I did of unboxing of the Batmobile from the animated series, which was also a Spawn creation, a Todd McFarlane creation. As you know, Todd McFarlane has his hands in everything, toys and comics. He's all over the place, but in a positive, good way, in a successful way that I very much enjoy. I don't mind supporting what the guy does. He makes my world that much more fun in this messed up world that we're living in right now. So we're going to get into these comic books, starting off with Spawn, issue number 354. This is actually written by comic book writer Rory McConville, pronouncing his last name correctly, with artwork by Brett Booth. That's an awesome, it's McConville, Rory McConville. It's an awesome cover there with some awesome interior artwork. I'll show you some of the artwork inside really quick. And what I love too with Image Comics, actually Todd McFarlane is one of the co-founders of Image Comics. But what I love about the comic books, that's card stock, not paper stock. DC and Marvel, the big two, as they're known as, they mainly use paper stock with their comics. Every now and then they may get creative and do a foil cover, but for the most part, their paper, the comics are, all paper. The covers. Dig that artwork. Again, it's artwork by Brett Booth. The panels are absolutely gorgeous. Nice, very, very nice artwork. I love that. Very cool there. The colors pop off the pages, man. Very, very cool. Yeah, so this is from the Spawn universe. And again, this is issue number 354 of the title. The flagship comic, I should say. The main title and the main character, Spawn himself. And then we have issue number 355. Same thing. Dig that cover. All right. And also the cool thing that Todd McFarlane does, he keeps the prices of most of his items at a low cost. Most comic books are $3, $4, and $5.99 on up. Somehow, using cardstock covers, he keeps the cost of his comics at $2.99 per issue. I'm going to do a close-up shot here so you can see on the cover. $2.99. See that right there? $2.99. I don't know how he does it, but he keeps the cost of his items between the comic books and toys, again, at a working man's price where you can afford them. I think that's very, very cool. I love that and appreciate it very much. All right, let's move on. Next up, we have issue number 36 of King Spawn. All right, this is written by Todd McFarlane himself. Okay. That's a very, very creepy and violent cover. And moving on, one of my favorite new iterations of the Spawn universe, we have Gunslinger Spawn. That is a cool ass cover, man. That is a cool cover. And this is also written by Todd McFarlane. Dig that. Looks like he's walking into the gates of hell or something like that. So All the smoke and mist around him. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Then we're moving on here. We have Scorched, issue number 31. And this is written by John Layman and Todd McFarlane on the doing additional scripts for the story, with artwork by Steven Segovia. Very cool. All right. So that's the Scorched. And then also from the Spawn universe, a new story arc. I think the last issue came out, the last and final issue came out of this story, I believe, about a week ago or last week. This is the story of Cyan, Spawn's stepdaughter, so to speak, or the daughter of Wanda, his former wife, and her lover. I forgot Wanda's husband's name that she had this child with, but basically Spawn has kind of taken Wanda's child, kind of adopted her in a manner of speaking, adopted her as his own, taking her in as his own child. Although she had the kid by another man. This is actually issue 1 of 4, I believe. Yeah, and I think Cyan she actually takes on the powers of the Hellspawn in this series. I haven't read it yet, but I'm definitely going to. It's a mini series, so it shouldn't take me that long to read it. And that's a very cool cover there. Then we also have issue number 2. Cyan taking on the powers of the Hellspawn, or of Spawn. So yeah, very interesting. Looks like some ghosts or something like that on the cover there. So yep. And then a series I have very much enjoyed, but I haven't read this book yet. And I actually did a review of Sam and Twitch, and my fascination and my take on the story, itself. I think it's a great story. It's kind of under the radar right now, but it's definitely a great storyline. It's one of the best in the Spawn universe, Spawn universe titles. Try to say that 3 times real fast. This is issue number 4, and again, very good. This is written very, very well, and I love the interior artwork too of the book. But the story itself just is very, very fascinating. Of the relationship, the controversy, and the conflict between these two characters, 2 detectives in the Spawn universe. And then we have Sam and Twitch issue number 5. I think issue number 6. I don't believe issue number 6 has come out yet, but those covers are absolutely awesome. All right. Okay, so that's the Spawn universe from the independent comics. We're going to get into our next batch of indies. And we'll start off, if I can get all these in here, with BRZKR. And I believe this is a one-shot in the BRZKR BRZKR saga. This is a really cool foil cover too, by the way. This was an expensive book. This was like $10, I believe. This is from Boom Studios, written by actor and writer Keanu Reeves. Jason Aaron also is involved. Salvador Larocco and Lee Loridge. Not a name I'm familiar with, but I'm familiar with the first 3 names. I seen the video on YouTube of Keanu Reeves. He was at San Diego Comic-Con, where they were talking about, they did a special panel based off of BRZKR. I've been collecting this series for a while now. It's very good, very well written, very violent, and I believe they're talking about making it. They were talking about making it into a feature film. They're working on a feature film. And speaking of Todd McFarlane, he showed up on the panel, or he's actually designing a toy based off of the Berserker character. Of course, Keanu Reeves is no stranger to having toys designed off of him. In fact, again, Todd McFarlane has done toys based off of the Matrix saga from the movie Maniacs and line, and he's done a very good job of did a very good job of creating the character of Keanu Reeves from that particular movie franchise. I've seen the movie Maniacs of Neo in Best Buy from the movie Maniacs. I just haven't had a chance to pick it up yet to buy one. I would love to get one and add to my toy collection. But getting back to the comic book collection here, yes. So Berserker, one shot, face full of bullets. Again, this is a beautiful foil cover. You can see that foil, which although I have it in a Mylar, very, very nice here. But this is quite an expensive book. I didn't mind paying the hefty price for it because, again, I'm a fan of the series. Next up, we can get into Godzilla from IDW Comic Books, and celebrating the 25 years of IDW. This is a one-shot, Best of Space Godzilla. And I've seen some of the artwork in this book. I think I'll show it to you really quick if I can. The artwork, the interior artwork in this book. And I'm glad that IDW has gotten themselves together. I know they were experiencing some problems, some shakeups in their industry last year. But yeah, look at this. This is based off of Space Godzilla. I'm a huge Godzilla fan, as you know. What is it? Godzilla -1 is supposed to be on Blu-ray coming in October. I can't wait to get that. I don't think it's going to be on the American market. You have to special order it from the Japanese market, specifically from the Toho Productions or the Toho company. Anyway, but dig that artwork there. There's Mechagodzilla, and then Godzilla himself. Yeah, this looks to be a really good story. And there is Space Godzilla on that panel there. Yes. So you got Mechagodzilla, Space Godzilla, and Godzilla. Looks like they are going at it. A lot of action in this book too, man. All right, so yeah, from the Godzilla saga, where IDW again has exclusive rights to, and on the back we have what is this? Get this to stand up here. This is Godzilla. Here There Be Dragons. I'll get straighten that out there. And most of these books are just one shots of in the Godzilla universe. Yeah, that's a cool cover too. And the interior artwork is also good in this book. And then the first publishers ever of doing a Godzilla comic book, and I had the price tag still sitting on there, was Marvel Comics. I know I said we were kind of done showing any Marvel or DC comic books, but I had to feature this particular book with the indies, and this is a foil cover. It says on the title on the cover here, from Toho Productions famed movie series. Yeah, this was a $10 book, man. All it says $4.99. That was the $4.99 was the original price of the book when it came out years ago. Now in comic form. Look out, America! The mightiest menace of them all is coming your way. I had to get this foil cover. It's absolutely beautiful. And then here's a regular cover here. So yeah, I got two different versions of the same book. Again, I'm a Godzilla fan, man. I couldn't help myself. All right. Next up, we get back into Boom Studios. We have their flagship comic book, which is, of course, Something is Killing the Children, written by James Tynion IV. And I believe, to my understanding, I did hear that they're supposed to be adapting this into a movie as well for Netflix. I'm not sure what the progress of that is. But however they adopt this, man, definitely, this is going to be very interesting to see how it's done. A very creepy book, violent, of course, too, but very intriguing story. A lot of fans have kind of fallen off the wagon with this book, so to speak. Have lost some interest in it, but it has not lost interest. It's still an interesting story that I very much have enjoyed reading. Let me just take a sip of water here. It's kind of dry. This is issue number dry air, I should say. This is issue number 38 of Boom Studios. Something is Killing the Children. Excuse me. Oh my God, nothing like water. Yeah, but this is James Tinian IV with Werther Della Dera, and then Miguel Muerto on the artwork and pencils for this particular series. All right. I think. Oh, and here's the other. This is issue number 39. Something is Killing the Children. I have to commend myself and give myself a pat on the back, man, that I've been consistent with this particular story. Some stories you kind of drop off, with because you lose interest. Sometimes, you forget about the next issue that comes out. Believe me, comic book collecting is a task. It's a job, on your wallet, and then also in terms of, being able to keep up with the books in terms of each title, to stay consistent with the story and not miss an issue. So I commend myself on doing that with this story. I followed it through from its inception. And then the spin-off story of Something is Killing the Children. I've also kept up with this series. This is issue number 25 of House of Slaughter, The Butcher's War, Part 5. Again, all from the Boom Studios titles. So I don't know if they're going to do House of Slaughter. They're going to somehow try to incorporate that with the main series, if and when they do it as a movie or as a TV series, or they'll probably just go ahead and just do the main title and then see how successful that is, and then from there go ahead and do the House of Slaughter series as well. Next up, with Dynamite Comics, we have Thundercats. This is a very nostalgic book from my childhood, and I love that cover there of Thundercats. This is issue number 6. Yeah, moving right along there. Moving right along. All right. Also from my childhood, either childhood or early teenage days, I don't know. But this is from G-Force. This is called Gotcha Man. And this is issue number 1. This is from Mad Cave Comics. That artwork just very cool. It just reminds me, of course, when I used to watch the cartoon as a kid or as a young teenager or whatever. Issue number 1 of that series. This is written by Cullen Bunn with Chris Batista, Carlos Lopez, and Buddy Bowden. As contributing artists, letterers, and pencilers to this book. I think I don't know if I'm going to continue the series. I'm going to try. That's all based on my wallet. But it's good to see these characters again. Wow. And then from Image Comics, back to Image Comics again, we have from the Ghost Machine series by Jeff Johns, Jason Fabok, and Brad Anderson, and Rob Lai. We have the spin-off books from that series. This is Rook Exodus. I don't know why I bought this book, though, honestly, because I'm not really reading the story and being consistent with it. Like I said about being consistent with certain comic books in terms of purchasing them, I'm not really consistent with this story. I think I bought it because I really love the cover. The cover is absolutely awesome. I love the look of the cover art for this book. But this is a spin-off series from the Ghost Machine saga, written by Jeff Johns. So I don't know. Maybe after I read this book, I'll probably change my mind and go back and get the trade paperback and collect it as a series and read them all together. We'll see. Depends on time and money. Then we have Redcoat, also issue number 3, also from the Ghost Machine series. And I think I bought this cover because this is it's what you call it's a gatefold cover, kind of like what I showed in my last comic book haul with DC Comics with Absolute Power. It's a gatefold or fold out or whatever you call it. Let's see, I'll show you. Let's see, and this is also. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. Yep. So it's a fold out cover. This is also cardstock. Image Comics uses cardstock with their books, which is very expensive material. I'm impressed by that. And the price of this book was $3.99. But this is not off of from the McFarlane universe. This is off of a different title, of course, as you see here. But yeah, that's really cool there. Almost looks like a mini poster. Yeah, that's probably why I bought it. Because of that reason. You know, always, I say too, when it comes to comic books, sometimes it's the artwork, not necessarily the story that's good. And that, I'm not saying that. I'm not dogging this book. This has actually received some rave reviews from other comic book readers. But yeah, I thought that was really cool, so I had to get that. So I had to get this particular book because of that reason. All right. Okay, so moving on, and this is going to be again another Image Comics print. We have here World Tree, written also by James Tynion IV. And as I said, James Tynion is he's all over the place. He reminds me of Donny Cates back in the day when Donny Cates was kind of all over the place between Marvel Comics, DC Comics. I think he contributes to DC Comics anyway. I know for sure that he did with Marvel and some other comic book companies. And he was kind of all over the place. Haven't seen Donny Cates in a while. Speaking of him, I hope he's doing okay. I seen him about a year ago, back in 2023 at Motor City Comic Con. He was with Ryan Stegman, and they autographed a book for me. But anyway, yeah, so World Tree issue number 33. This is issue number, what is it? I don't know. It doesn't have the issue number on it. But I think this is a final story in this particular saga. And it's received mixed reviews, but I like it. So far, it's like Twilight Zone, X-Files, and Stranger Things combined, and also like it reminds me of a kind of a what is that story? Well, anyway, a combination of those stories, of those particular stories together. Very interesting, very weird, very creepy, dystopian type of events in this story. Anyway, moving along, we have the final fate of Carter Burke in Marvel 20th Century Fox issue number 5 of What If Aliens, and this is the final issue of this series, and that's of course Ricardo Burke, played by actor Paul Reiser, who's actually one of the writers for this particular story. There's several writers actually involved, and this is a parental advisory suggested. And I did see Alien Romulus this past weekend. I enjoyed it. It was actually pretty good. Wasn't life changing or anything, but it was actually a pretty good movie. I seen it over the weekend. I enjoyed it very much. This is from the What If titles from Marvel Comics, which is of course an alternate universe or like part of the multiverse spin-off universe of what if something happened to a particular character, or what if something happened to a particular event. And speaking of what if, I believe they announced at D23 that the What If Season 3 for Disney Plus will be coming out next year. It'll be the final season of the What If animated series. Can't wait for that. So yes, What If Aliens issue number 5. And then we have the Deviant. I keep telling you, James Tynion's all over the place. This is issue number 7, and I believe this is the final issue of that particular story. The Deviant, and this is written by James Tynion IV, with Joshua Hickson, with Hassan Mani Aluha. Eloa. I can't pronounce the last name. I'm sorry. Issue number 7. This is a Christmas story. I read issue number 1 and 2 and I stopped there. And since this is actually a Christmas story or Christmas related story, I think I'll just actually read them all at one time around the Christmas holiday. How about that? Okay. And then from a series that probably will be my favorite covers of the year. This is Gun Honey, the funniest kind of pulp noir. This is from this is kind of like a crime story or story dealing with crime. This is from Titan Comics. This is issue number 2, and this definitely is not for kids. The series is all ass and tits in this story. The cover is not misleading. That's exactly what it is. This is written by Ed Brubaker. This is issue number 2, as I said, of the series. Okay, and then here's issue number 3, subtitle Collision Course. Okay, issue number 3 of Gun Honey. She almost looks like Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow character in that outfit, and with that pistol in her hand, but of course it's not. So yeah, so that is pretty much it, comic book fans and comic book lovers and comic book readers. We are back at BRZKR. Okay, all right. So we have BRZKR again, and that pretty much is it for this comic book haul for my independent comics. Made it through. I hope that you've enjoyed this second comic book haul here, Wednesday, August the 21st. I hope that you're reading a comic book. They're good for the mind, good for the soul, good for relaxation, for fun and adventure, to take your mind off the reality of your own lives. You're dealing with some things in reality of this messed up world that we're living in right now. Yeah, go to your local comic book shop, support your local comic book shops. They definitely need it. And check out some comics. All right. Thank you all for joining me. Again, happy Comic Book Wednesday. Peace, love, and hair grease.